Let's bring in Rich Goldberg, senior advisor at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you so much for talking to us. First, I just want to ask you, how much weight do you think is on President Trump to finally put an end to this after just hearing comments saying such?
Well, I think the president has been truly committed to the mission of both destroying Hamas and getting all of the hostages back. The hostages have been coming home under this president, starting from his transition, and Israel has had his unrelenting support to finish off Hamas. We are seeing Hamas break in the south of Gaza, where you've been able to get out of the UN Hamas business model of controlling food aid. If that happens in the rest of Gaza, in Gaza City and northern Gaza, Hamas is finished, and we're seeing their leadership obviously taken apart. Abu Ubaida's killing, obviously, one of the last remaining leaders of that October 7th crew that launched this entire war.
Speaking of Abu Ubaida, the Israel defense minister posted this, and I want to put it up on the screen. Hamas terror spokesperson Abu Ubaida was eliminated in Gaza and sent to meet all the liquidated members of the axis of evil from Iran, Gaza, Lebanon, and Yemen at the bottom of hell. Your thoughts?
Well, Abu Ubaida was truly an evil part of this cabal leading Hamas in Gaza. Understand that he was not just the spokesperson for Hamas, he was the head of their influence operations abroad and obviously their psychological warfare at home. A lot of the videos you've seen of hostages meant to instill fear and terror across hostage families like the one you just heard from was Abu Ubaida. And when you look at college campuses and street protests around the country, you had people wearing the images of Abu Ubaida. So a service to our homeland security that this man's been eliminated.
I'm glad that you just mentioned that, because the protests that have been happening here in the country, the pro-Palestinian protests, and I understand that they're doing that for the civilians who are stuck in Gaza. But let's remind everyone that it's not the civilians, it's Hamas that's running this war. And that's why we should be supporting Israel. In fact, Senator Haggerty on Hamas using I want you to listen to him talking about, Hamas using humans as shields in Gaza. They do not care about the people of Gaza. Let's watch.
The best way to resolve the humanitarian crisis is for Gaza to quit using humans as their shield, to get away from the Palestinians. Hamas needs to go away. They are basically reaping huge profits and funding their operations off the back of the Palestinians. It's the Palestinians' plight that the Hamas is driving. They're the ones that need to go away.
What further pressure can the United States, first of all, put on Hamas? And secondly, what more do we need to do to support Benjamin Netanyahu's plight here to finally end this war? Because Israelis have said they want the war to end.
Well, let's also remember how complicit the United Nations and the international community is with Hamas in putting civilians in danger. The only war where you have to stay as a civilian in the middle of the fighting. You're not allowed to be a refugee even if you want to leave Gaza, as President Trump has tried to propose. So that's ludicrous. But also what we can do is put pressure on the UN, on the World Food Program. Cindy McCain, who still is at the helm of the World Food Program, trying to stop and sabotage the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. If you can replicate the success of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation from the south of Gaza in central Gaza, while also destroying the military infrastructure in Gaza, and that's what the IDF intends to do, I think the days are truly finally numbered for Hamas. That's good news for peace. That's good news, hopefully, for hostages coming home as well.
Let's hope. Rich Goldberg, great to see you. Thank you very much for joining us on this holiday. Thanks.
You bet.